What's up, y'all? Coach Isha here, and before you step into your next new year, I want to offer you something for your growth that will be super sustainable and practical, especially if you are somebody who identifies with being in survival mode. Now, first off, stop claiming that. But if you aren't there yet, let's talk about exiting survival mode and moving into a state of growth. Now, it can be a very rewarding process, but in the midst of it, we often find ourselves battling against the grain because our brains are essentially wired for survival and safety. So when you're in survival mode, which is often triggered by things like chronic stress, trauma, or just overwhelming life circumstances, it forces the brain to go into, and the body, to go into a hypervigilant state. And I know that that's not the most desirable place to be in, but one of the best ways to begin coming out of it is to honor what this circumstances, what this survival mode um, is, and be able to release it. At the end of it all, we have to allow these types of things to work as they are intended, which is in our favor, right? But when we fight against it, we don't give space for the clarity or the direction that we need to be able to move through it. Now, when you're in survival mode, it makes it very difficult to access the prefrontal cortex of the brain. And this is the part of the brain that's responsible for higher thinking, decision making, and creativity, which are all very fundamental parts that you need for your growth. Now, the key or the goal is to retrain the body and the brain to feel safe enough to move out of survival mode and then move into growth mode. And this is going to require a few things to gradually, hear me when I say gradually, allow the nervous system to re regulate. This will help you break through the anxiety, the tension, or that sometimes overwhelming need we get to control the environment. It is essential that you reframe the belief that growth is scary or unsafe. Essential. And I would suggest starting with creating a safety anchor. Now, somatic practices are really good for this because they can help you focus on reconnecting to the body and teaching the nervous system that safety exists even in the present moment, okay? Then you will slowly be able to introduce new experiences that feel safe and manageable. Again, gradually expanding the comfort zone that you are in and doing it in a way that does not overwhelm your system. So you're going to set small, achievable goals. And these should not force you to make or require you to make huge leaps, all right? You want the brain to be able to see the progress in small bites. And lastly, you're going to have to be heavy on the self compassion. It's critical for not only reducing stress, but helping the brain to feel supported rather than criticized, okay? So I want to wish you